All right, so welcome to another one for Al Cuerpo Boxing, which means to the body. So let's get with it. Let's talk some boxing. So this weekend, we got some badass fights, guys. We got Inoue in Vegas, right? The return of Inoue. I think it's been out for like 4 years since his last outing in Vegas. Then, of course, we got the fight tonight, right? The Ryan Garcia card in Times Square against Rolly Romero, but we'll mention the other guys in a bit. No, sorry, man. I got to mention Teofimo and Devin Haney, obviously, Jose Ramirez and Barbosa, right? Sorry about that. Yeah, for sure. And then the following day, we got Saturday. Canelo Alvarez defending his belt against, well, I should say, fighting for William School's belt, right? He's fighting for the belt that was taken from him, stripped, a year back. We're talking about the IBF. And that's so on that card, we got a fight that I'm amped up for. That's Martin Bakoli versus Efe Ajagba. That's going to be a badass fight, guys. I'm actually excited for that fight from that card in particular. Of course, we got other cats like Marco Verde versus Polina, if I remember correctly, right? And of course, we got the Jaime Munguia uh, revenge fight, right? His redemption, his vengeance against Bruno Suraji, if I'm pronouncing that correctly. Then what other cats we got on that card? If I'm missing out, sorry. But let's talk about today's card. More importantly, right? Since it's Friday, we'll go ahead and do some predictions as well. Excuse me. So let's see. In what order do we do this? To be honest, I don't really think it matters, man. This past week, been talking on some panels, some other cats, and if you notice, it doesn't matter about the order in which we talk about these fights. For today, Ryan Garcia's card, Times Square, man. First time in history that we're doing a bout in Times Square, uh, set up properly. If it does rain, they got that under control. But man, just imagine the budget just to rent out, that city block for, let's say, at least. I mean, I'm so I'm naive, man, because I was thinking about the price for the day itself, but obviously they needed days beforehand to prep up, obviously, right? So a lot of fees, a lot of fines, a lot of city fees, but of course, again, the Saudi Arabians got the cash to spend for this. Good for them. It's their whole Saudi sports washing ordeal, and best of luck to them, right? So, anyways, tonight, Times Square. Let's go ahead and talk about Ryan Garcia versus Rolly Romero then, right? So off the bat, knowing their history, I would say that most of us are thinking that they're going to fight the way they fought in their initial sparring match, right? Way back in the day. Back in the day when these guys were younger, they were smaller, they were inexperienced in pro fights. And so you would imagine that they're going to bring that type of animosity into this fight. And believe it or not, there was already animosity in that sparring session, right? Because I believe Romero wanted to fight Ryan Garcia. Ryan Garcia, who was, well, I guess he did have some pro fights, right? But, anyways, you can see that there was some perhaps jealousy because Ryan was affiliated with Golden Boy. Assuming if I got the timestamps correctly, where Ryan was in his career and where Rolly was in his career out in Vegas, hanging out at the TMT gym, right? Um, but I'm gonna say this: the way I'm thinking this fight's gonna go at the get go, I think Ryan Garcia knows he's stronger nowadays. He knows his technique has improved. He knows he's the bigger guy. I mean, that's debatable if they're probably the same size, but I think Ryan Garcia is obviously bigger, especially on fight night. He's going to be fully rehydrated, right? They already did the weigh-in, so expect Ryan to be big on fight night, as Romero, but I think Ryan's going to be as big as he was in the Devin Haney fight. We'll see, right? But again, I just think the first rounds, the first feel out round, I think Ryan Garcia is going to touch up Romero. He has to feel out his power in range, maybe at close range. He's going to attempt some hooks, some feints, see how his speed is against Romero and how Romero reacts. And I think in the first fight, they felt it out. Second round's coming, and I think Ryan Garcia is going to let his hands go even more. But power punches, guys, power punches. And with that, I think Romero is feeling I wouldn't say the pain, but he's feeling the business that Ryan Garcia is bringing, and so therefore Romero's going to hype himself up too, and he's going to start to go for the kill. He's going to start to pressure fight Ryan Garcia as he should, as fans, is what we want to see, right? The continuance of the sparring session, and I think Ryan knows that. He's expecting that, so that's going to be probably one of the best rounds so far, because I'm assuming this fight's going to not last past. I'm going to say 5 rounds. Four before I said 4, but I'm going to say 5 rounds. Okay. Third round comes. Ryan Garcia starts to focus a bit more on how to piece up Rolly Romero. In this round, I believe it's where Romero's going to take some serious. When the damage will start to fundamentally start in the third round. Just because Ryan Garcia is now getting into the groove. They've gone into the clinch. They got it heated in the second round. So right now in round 3, Ryan Garcia is in the groove and Romero's feeling it. Fourth round comes. Romero now knows he's more frustrated. He's more amped up. He's going to now go more for the harder kill. And in doing that, I think Ryan Garcia is going to see an opening to counter and perhaps clip Romero with a nice, perhaps body shot, maybe a combination of a body shot, then to the head with a cross. I don't think he's going to hurt him just yet with the hooks, to be honest. I think Ryan Garcia has enough tools and technique to actually perform better against a type like Romero than a Haney, right? So I think the left hook is actually going to be kind of like the last resort for Ryan Garcia. But I think in the fourth round, Ryan gets some really good body shots. Nice left hook shots to the body of Romero. This is where Romero started getting timid in attacking, right? Fifth round comes, man. Now Ryan Garcia is going to press the gas on Rolly. Rolly's going to get frustrated. He's going to want to make some big overhand shots, and he's going to get clipped in the process. First knockdown will be in the fifth round. Romero knows what's up. Who knows if he's hurt, but I think Ryan's going to push the fight even more, and that's when he starts to piece him up. Who knows if the ref's going to stop it or if Ryan Garcia is going to be consistent to the ref, stops it. But I just see fifth round stoppage, Ryan Garcia. Too much power for Romero at this weight. And that's it. That's my prediction for this fight. Ryan Garcia wins fifth round stoppage. And now, again, in no particular order, let's go to Devin Haney versus Jose Ramirez. Now, at 144 pounds, guys, it just basically means that Ramirez is not suffering too much to make the 140 cut, right? Make no mistake, guys. Ramirez is also bulking up. He has bulking up for this fight, so it's still gonna be a struggle. I think it's neck to neck as if he were trying to make 140, but now because he's bigger, it's the same thing at 144. Believe it or not. Maybe I initially said that because it's less of a weight cut, but no. I think it's the other way around. I think it's consistent in that Ramirez now moving up in weight and having bulked up more, losing that water mass to make this 144-pound thing. I don't know. Depending on how it was calibrated, I still think it's going to be a challenge and a struggle for Ramirez to fully recuperate at 100%. Same thing goes for Devin Haney, man. Who knows? Maybe Ramirez has it a bit harder than Devin Haney because Devin Haney's younger, right? But if we're going off the last fight, off of Haney's performance with Ryan Garcia, right? Even though it's at 144, I think that, look, guys, let me just get to the chase here, all right? I'll get to it. I don't think Ramirez has a strategy to want to box Devin Haney in this fight. Now, you don't want to do that, man. You don't want to waste valuable time in securing points for the judges. You might do that in the first feel-out rounds, right? Obviously, naturally, both these guys are going to feel out the range. See who's doing what with feints. Who's moving where with closing the ring. If one wants to do that at the get-go. But they're going to test the distance. All right? I will give Ramirez some room if he does it for at least the first 2 rounds. But after that, don't do it, man. I think Ramirez has enough heart he has enough gas tank as well, stamina, athleticism to pressure Haney from rounds. I'm going to start with round 2. From round 2 to 7, that's where Ramirez has to really, really shine and solidify rounds. Really. Right? That's already 5 rounds there in the bag. if I got the math right, right? From 2 to 7, 5 rounds in the bag. That means the championship rounds, or even from round 8 to 12, right? 8 to the championship rounds. We got 4 rounds to decide swing theory that Ramirez also has to win. Because, guys, I got this right now. Before, you guys know me, I was saying Ramirez by stoppage, but I'm like putting the brakes on this one. I'm going to say Ramirez by split decision because of the final swing rounds in this fight. All right, 5 solid rounds, and I got the same energy with Cepeda and Shakur, but that's a whiles away. But in this fight, if Ramirez can secure 5 solid round guys, and he's the type of fighter that can do it with a Devin Haney style, then, and also it's a Golden Boy card, it's a lot at stake with Devin Haney. Devin Haney has to go for the super high performance, how would you say, display in this fight against with the judges, the fans. What's being said, he has to perform better than what he did with Ryan Garcia. You know, is were those knockdowns, was 1 year layoff enough time to really come back strong? Because Devin Haney's got some grit, he's got some dog in him, but Ramirez is a different fighter than Ryan Garcia. Jose Ramirez has a style to, if you're not at a high elite level, he can really give you problems, man. Pressing forward because he's seen it all, man. He's been there, Olympian himself. Guys, again, against the final rounds, even going against Barbosa, Ramirez was coming in strong, man. So given all that circumstances, the context, in my opinion, I think Barbosa is a lot more, I would say, tough. He's a lot more tough than Devin Haney. That makes a difference, guys. All right? So can Devin Haney keep Jose Ramirez at bay? Does he have enough power? As like my other guy, Bodie, was saying, that if Ramirez, and you guys know, if Ramirez doesn't respect Haney's power, man, be it power punches, body shots, maybe the jab, uh, who knows what, man. But if he can't hurt Ramirez in the first 5 rounds, something significant, with some mustard on that shot, don't be surprised, guys, if Ramirez gets one judge on his favor. Other one goes to Haney, and then who knows how it will go. Maybe one judge will have it a draw, or it'll go either way. But right now, guys, I'm picking Jose Ramirez by split decision win. All right, I have a good feeling about this. The last time I had a good feeling, guys, is look at my videos before. I called out Shiraz and Adames exactly how it was going to turn out. Go check out that video. I laid out all the initial politics, all the original context, and it played out just nicely in the final outcome. When it came to that fight, Shiraz and Adames was a draw. I called it exactly how it was going to be. So I have a feeling for this one. And I'm going to save it a bit for even Shakur and Cepeda when that time comes. All right? In those times, I'm going to upload some better videos. All right? Got some surprises for you guys. So that's that. So now, last one. All right? El famoso Teofimo Lopez against Barbosa. Right? This fight, I'm picking Lopez by unanimous decision. All right. Now, let's talk about the weigh-ins, right? Barbosa looks good. You can tell he's gonna be big on fight night. Looks a little soft. It's hard to know with Barbosa, but I'll tell you this about Teofimo. Teofimo, nothing but pure muscle on that thin build at the weigh-in. And best believe Lopez is gonna come bigger on fight night. Okay? As far as it's just Teofimo's athleticism, man. Right? Probably one of the best boxers doing like calisthenic type of strong energy workouts, right? The dude has a lot of strength, man. He's got a lot of athleticism, kind of like a Gervonta Davis. Can do backflips, very acrobatic, if you will, but with power. Okay? Kind of like men's gymnastics, right? Calisthenics, if I'm pronouncing that correctly. I think the performance that Teofimo had with Josh Taylor, he's going to bring that type of game plan, that mentality with Barbosa. And Lopez is a lot trickier, a lot more fluid. Like he has more tricks in his bag to perform in different ways than Jose Ramirez. That doesn't mean Jose Ramirez has limited strategies on how to do a fight. I'm just talking about like the real time adjustment, suspense in between rounds. I think Lopez just has more dynamics. With that being said, you have to apply that type of sneak attacks, right, from Lopez athleticism that's going to give him his edge in this fight against Barbosa. I'm thinking, guys, maybe I want to say 8-4, maybe 9-3 type of performance for Tio. I'll say 8-4. I'll give maybe, yeah, I'm gonna say 8-4. Unanimous decision. On average. 7-5-8-4 for Lopez, man. I just see Lopez under this bright lights. He's in New York. He's in a good state of mind. He's working with Turkey. He's affiliated with the names of Canelo and Ryan Garcia. He's at the top of his game, guys. So that's how I have for tonight, for Friday. Yeah, somebody's calling me. Apologize for that. So that's what I have, guys. Ryan Garcia over Rolly Romero, 5th round stoppage. Devin Haney versus Jose Ramirez. Ramirez with the split decision win. Teofimo Lopez versus Barbosa. Unanimous decision. 8-4 type of performance. Kind of like a Josh Taylor type of performance. And then, hopefully after that, some better matchmaking to come from that card itself. Maybe they can mix around some of those names and we can get a future fight, right? Conor Benn's gonna be there. Who knows? Maybe Conor Benn might be in the mix against some of the winners or the losers of this card. So that's that, right? And so let's jump forward. Last one. I'll make it quick. The Canelo scorecard. Yo, check it out. 6 a.m., 7 a.m. All right, guys. In the morning, testosterone levels are high. For the male body, I guess even for the female body, you're amped up energy, man. You're fully recharged, right? It's nothing new in the game to wake up early and do your routines. Oh, guys, before I forget, guys, before I forget, man, this is an exclusive for you guys. Canelo Alvarez, man. The dude is looking, maybe some good news. The dude is looking thin at the weigh-in, guys. Bro, he's looking thin. Probably the thinnest ever now at 168, right? Well, yeah, 168. If it was a 175 fight, he would probably look a bit more filled, like as he was with Kovalev in Bivol. But guys, you guys have never seen Bivol this thin at a 168 weigh-in. What does that mean? He's bulking up, man. He's trying to. I think now at his age, the metabolism, he's gonna start at 175 after the Crawford fight. So Canelo's big, guys. The dude is thin at the weigh-ins. Anyways, as far as the skull fight, with all that being said, fully recharged in the morning, I'm picking Canelo 6-round stoppage. 6-round stoppage over Skull. Canelo needs some rounds too, man. It's good to get some rounds in. Right? To prep up for Crawford. How would I say? I mean, to entertain the fans, to entertain the zone, to entertain Turkey, you got to get some rounds in. Okay? But I think in this performance, we might see like a Danny Jacobs type of performance, but better. Bigger now, stronger. Gonna go for some nice combination damage that's gonna probably shock some fans, but maybe Canelo will get some new fans. Right? But anyways, aside from that one, I already called it, okay? 6-round stoppage by Canelo. Jaime Munguia versus Bruno Suraj. Yo, Bruno's amped up too. He's had a long camp for this rematch. He's going to come ready to fight. He knows what's at stake. Same thing with Munguia now. Prepped up properly. Bro, guys, I called this out many months ago after the Banzignan fight with Munguia. That, I mean, going into this fight was a bad idea. The first Bruno Suraj fight. He only had like a 1 month of time to heal from the Banzignan fight, and then didn't take much time to really prep up in the camp. Even guess, guys, Eric Morales disclosed that Oscar De La Hoya disclosed that. They were saying all these things even after I was saying in other live streams about Jaime Munguia's camp. They said the exact same thing, guys. All right? So, you know, he didn't take Bruno Soraj seriously. Hey, you pay the consequences. But anyways, with all that being said, in this fight, guys, I'm thinking I'm going Jaime Munguia, guys. 10th round, 10th round KO. Jaime Munguia, 10th round KO over Bruno Suraji. Yeah. That's it. Guys, Martin Bacoli versus Efe Ajagba. This is the fight that I'm hyped up for on Canelo's card, man. Who's the king of the African continent, right? These two were going at it. This is like genuine bona fide pride. Who's repping the continent, right? One guy's from Nigeria, if I'm not mistaken, and the other one, I'm not too sure. Maybe Congo. I don't know, but I got some mixed opinions on this one, right? Bacoli and Parker, boys. Kind of did a Deontay Wilder versus Malik Scott type of performance. Hasn't been suspended for 6 months because of the KO, right? It's been 3 months now. He's back into a fight. Funny, right? But whatever. Shout out to Bacoli anyways, and a Jagba and to Riyadh season to making or to going out of the norm. Hells yeah, man. Back in the day, guys fought more often anyways. No problem. We're going back old school, guys. But guys, Bacoli over a Jagba. I'm calling it now. Before I had it differently, but I'm gonna say now, guys. 6 round stoppage, Bacoli. 6 round stoppage, Martin Bacoli over Efe Ajagba. I think Bacoli's gonna be more serious. He's gonna throw a lot more heat. It's gonna be too much for Ajagba. That's what I got this one. So we got Bruno. We got okay. Badu Jack versus McKillian, if I'm pronouncing it correctly. Guys, Badu Jack is big, a little bigger than McKillian. I think that resistance is going to help him, even though he's been off for quite a while, right, on that layoff. This one, guys, unfortunately, guys, I hate to predict it like this, but guys, and it's funny because it's Badu Jack. He's actually familiar with with these type of decisions, guys. But I'm going, guys. I'm gonna go Badu Jack for a draw against McKillian. Who knows? Maybe after this fight. All right, so Badu Jack doesn't lose his belt. Hopefully we can get unification with the other guys. Okay, but I think Badu Jack, McKillian, controversial fight, draw. That's how I got it. And then Marco Verde versus Polina, if that's correctly. Polina, right? Marco Verde has a lot to prove in this first appearance. He's supposedly the next star of Mexico. At least one, right? We still got Zurdo repping the game. I'm gonna say maybe Marco Verde. Unanimous decision by Marco Verde over Polina. Okay. So those are those fights right now. If I missed any other ones, I apologize. It's gonna be a great card, man. It's gonna be a great card. It's gonna be an early one too, right? At least for me, it will be, but I'll be fine. It'll be like 6, 7 a.m. my time. And then, guys, Inoue versus Cardenas. Inoue versus Cardenas. He's been out of the loop 4 years since Vegas. Is Inoue gonna surprise us again with a knockout performance? Perhaps early, middle, late. It's hard to know with Inoue. But Cardenas is from he's from Mexico, right? If I'm not mistaken, I'm confusing him with who's the other guy gonna fight? Divino Espinoza against, I think it's Vasquez from Texas. Yeah, he's the one from Texas. But guys, let me do my prediction for Inoue and Cardenas. I'm gonna go full 12 rounds for Inoue. Full 12 rounds for Inoue. Who knows? I mean, I'm just thinking from what I see, the physiques, I think Cardenas is actually going to be a lot heavier, and I think he's going to be able to handle that resistance from Inoue. But man, guys, I could be totally wrong. To be honest, I'd rather pick Inoue by stoppage, but I'm getting this feeling that Mexicans right now are kind of like in a heated rise against the Japanese, especially that last fight with General Cuellar against Nakatani. Or was another one, another Mexican that just recently fought in a very hard fight against another Japanese uh, fighter, champion, I believe. So with those circumstances, maybe Cardenas might do an upset to some fans in that he might be able to maintain Inoue for 12 rounds. Doesn't mean he's gonna win, but he'll be able to maintain Inoue, right? But that's what I have. I have Inoue by unanimous decision over Cardenas. And then lastly, Divino Espinoza. Oh, before I forget, Emiliano Vargas should be another good fight for him. Needs some more experience. He's also pulling up. I have Vargas also to win, perhaps by stop. I'm gonna pick him by stoppage. Emiliano Vargas. Let's go maybe fourth round stoppage by Vargas. And then also, oh, I've forgotten about the other guy on Canelo's card, the Cubano, something Leon. I forgot his name. Something Leon. But he's got like six wins, six by KO, right? Cubano, light heavyweight, under Reynoso being trained. He's probably like the next David Morrell in the next 2 years if he goes in that path of how many active fights he'll have. But I forgot about this cat on Canelo's card. Expect this Cuban to also get a knockout, guys. Don't know much about his opponent, but given the consistency, let's go. Let's go for another fourth round stoppage. All right. So lastly, who were we talking about? Yeah, Divino Espinoza contra Vasquez from Houston. Hmm. Gonna go Espinoza. Unanimous decision over Vasquez. Unanimous decision over Vasquez, which is good, guys. Hey, all these decision ones, I know some fans want to see the stoppages. We already called the stoppages in my predictions just a while ago, but remember, also it's also good to get rounds in, guys. It's not the worst thing. All right, get your rounds in. Again, if it's unanimous decision and it's wide, right? If it's a wide card, as far as scoring, hey, that's also good for those fighters, man. They get that work in, get to stay active, get to see more variances from opponents, and you need that with experience, man. So, anyways, that's what I have for this one, guys. I'll see you guys perhaps later tonight. Maybe I can join another channel. I might want to do my own live too. But yeah, we'll definitely tune in. But I'll catch you guys on the next one for Al Cuerpo Boxing, which means to the body. I'll catch you guys on the next one, man. Peace.